In other words, what a shoe-in this guy was.
I was the flavor of the month, Jane. That was it.
No, you're the flavor forever. You're so great. Just take me back to how all of this started, because I mean, it's amazing to watch you in action.
Well, it was a great honor to be inducted with you. What a cool class. And I had no idea that we had the option of knowing who was going in or not. So I just sat there wondering and losing my mind every time they announced another friend of mine, along with, yourself, and then Linda Larson, John Cilio, David Glickman. That was such a special night. And
Oh,
then
goodness, it
Lenora
was.
Billings Harris as the Cavett winner. That was such a special one. But I'll tell you, having Jeannie and Nito Cobain and these legends like yourself on the front row was not daunting for whatever reason for me, because I had waited so long to finally get the chance to let them see what I had been creating. I was very confident, and I went in there thinking, this is my one chance. And it truly was. It was a life changer. And I actually could not sleep any longer after that night. I just stayed up all night writing and thinking about what had transpired. It was a very special moment for me. There was an artist years ago named Ricky Martin, who was the Latin lover, the bonbon shaker. And he got his moment like that in the late 90s on the Grammys stage. And he had been performing his whole life. He was in Menudo. He was a great Latin singer. And then all of a sudden he performed for the Grammys, and the whole world discovered him overnight, even though he had been ready for 20 years. And so I believe that if we do have that chance in that moment, if we can take advantage of it. Luckily, I had the right people sitting there. So Jeannie began to refer me for events from then on, and Nito as well, and yourself. And that became a huge thing for me because of validation of peers. But I got my start way back when in Las Vegas, and I began as an Elton John impersonator and a Ricky Martin impersonator. So
Oh my
I,
God.
I was with the Las Vegas Legends in Concert show, which is a tribute show. And for the viewers and listeners that are around the country, they have shows not only in Las Vegas on the Strip, but also Branson, Missouri, Biloxi, uh, Atlantic City, Myrtle Beach. And Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is where I began on Surfside.
I
And
did not know that. Oh my
oh yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So my wife and I were married in 2001 in June. And literally right after our honeymoon to Mazatlan, we landed in Myrtle Beach, and I began my career as a Ricky Martin impersonator in Myrtle Beach. And
Goodness.
I was a part of that show for a couple of months right before 9/11 hit. And that was a really special time to be a part of a show like that. And then became a part of the Legends as Elton John as well. So I'd come on stage as Ricky Martin. I'd do upside, inside out, living la vida loca. She will where you are, living la vida loca. That was 20 years ago when I looked like. And then I'd come back on stage a couple of characters later after the Blues Brothers or the Elvis impersonators. And then I would be Elton John, and I'd sit at the piano and sing, "Can you feel the love tonight?" And then I'd sing, "La, la, 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 la." And everybody, with their blue hair would have their candles up. It was a good time. So I did that for a little bit, about a year of that, and then put together a one-man show of all the voices I like to do. And that would include people like the Bee Gees, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Louis Armstrong, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Obviously, you can see there's a wide variety. Bill Haley in the comments, Buddy Holly, Chubby Checker, Stevie Wonder, Diana Ross. You name it, I was trying to put them in my show. Musicians and great musical legends. And all I did was really, I would try to nail their signature move, that which made them unique. And it was a really fun thing to try to make it funny on top of that, because that's my signature, just like you. And so I would take a song and I'd make it a parody. So instead of just singing the Bee Gees, you know, you can tell by the way I use my walk. You know, that kind of song. I would change the words and go, well, you can tell by the way I sing this song. I'm singing high, but not for long. Ha, 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 ha. Sing away high. I'm singing away high. And so I would do a parody of those songs. And my parodies are nowhere near yours, Jane. But
Well,
it was fun.
it was absolutely incredible.